Well won by Charlie Wakefield, who's off and running into space here. And still going, Charlie Wakefield. Oh, it's a fabulous run, and it might be a wonderful goal. It is. Take bow, Charlie Wakefield.
My name's Charlie Wakefield. I live in Brighton. Be a footballer. That was all I wanted to do.
Terrific run from Charlie Wakefield, who's still full of energy.
From that first training session I went to, that's all I ever wanted to do. I knew from then on. To be able to actually get to be a professional footballer was an unbelievable experience.
Against Leicester. Now Wakefield's gone down, and that doesn't look particularly good for a player who has had his problems with injuries over the last couple of years.
But sometimes life has other plans for you.
You ready?
Yeah.
So tell me, Mark, so how amazing it is to see that Charlie's transitioned successfully from being a professional footballer to an entrepreneur?
Well, obviously at the start, it was a bit of a shock that he was packing up football. So I had to get used to that first. But I think in the background, I wasn't quite aware of how he'd already had this going through his head and how much he wanted to do with it. And if I'm honest, although he's my son, and obviously you're proud of your kids and stuff, but in fairness, I didn't realise to what degree he'd gone into this.
At the minute, I'm transitioning from an ex-professional footballer to a business owner. I think as soon as my football career was going to finish, I wanted to make sure that whatever I'd done next, I was passionate about it. I grew up in Southwick, which is just on the outskirts of Brighton. Anyone that's from Southwick would always say they're from Brighton, just to make it easier. I started to play football when I was around 6 years old. I remember going to my local team with my friends. My mum was the one that originally took me to my first ever training session, and I loved it and didn't really look back. I was at Chelsea for 8 years. Signed there when I was around 12 years old. Just an unbelievable experience, you know. I had the best of the best. You know, the best coaches, the best facilities, just the best environment. I moved up there full time when I was 14.
Wakefield's gone down, and that doesn't look particularly good for a player who has had his problems with injuries over the last couple of years.
My first hamstring injury happened when I was around 18 years old. So at this point I'm playing in the under-23s football at Chelsea, and I'm waiting to have an opportunity to go and play first team. I had 7 hamstring injuries during my time at Chelsea, repetitively, one after the other, and I would come back and I would get on the pitch for like 20 minutes and it would just go. Hamstring would just go again. And the physio at the time at Chelsea recommended I take collagen. It was basically a shot a day that he told me to take, which he felt would help my hamstring injuries. I was on the lookout for collagen again. You know, I realised when I was 18 and going through my hamstring injuries, you know, that's when I first discovered it. And it came back on my mind, and I went to order collagen for myself. So I was thinking, surely there must be a better alternative, more inclusive option. That's what ultimately led me to want to build my own collagen product and build my own supplements brand. This is when I created 1%. I'd come home for a weekend, I would always sort of say, oh, you take this place for granted, you know, when you're on the beach, when the weather's nice and you see your friends and you see your family, you appreciate them. So, you know, when I was making the step to start my own business, it made sense to come back here and be around my close people. I wanted to build the business from here.
For the family, it's obviously lovely that he's sort of settled back down here. He's always done his own thing. I mean, people forget that he left home at 14, so he's always been independent. What's nice for me is that I try and let him get on with whatever he's got to get on with, but every now and then we're going to have a coffee together. I can only ask him how things are going. Don't drive him mad, but hopefully he knows that I'm there if he needs to ask me anything or if I can help in any way.
As a startup, I wear many hats. You know, you hear that saying get thrown about quite a lot, but it's true. You know, you do have to juggle a lot.
I think even from like with his football, when it was injuries, he always had that different mindset. He was always very positive and would do anything he could, like nothing would get in his way to make sure he was back on the pitch. And I think it's been exactly the same with business. You know, no matter what, we'll find a solution. He'll be the first person to sort of pick me back up and get us back on track.
When I played football, I had a lot of structure. So you go into the training ground and you know how your day looks. You know, when you go into being an entrepreneur, it could involve many different things within one day. The bigger picture for 1% is to be a well-established supplements brand. We are really transparent as a company, as a brand. We really value what we're actually putting in our products and giving to our customers. The goal for us is to build products that people can take on a regular basis, that they know they've got full trust in, that the ingredients are clean. We pride ourselves on that.